producers from Philly, Vidal and Dre. And they've been working with Floetry, and I remember being in the studio session, and they were playing the Butterflies record that Marsha had written for Mike, and I was just like, yo. And I think they had his vocals, and it was...
That's the closest you've been to him?
That's the closest to an actual story. And then I think the VMAs one year, I actually was able to ask Quincy Jones. He was backstage at the VMAs, so I was able to ask him a question, just about that. But that's the closest I've ever been. But in terms of just Prince in general, that's a whole nother level in terms of musicianship and
independence. What he was striving
and also when you think about it, the legend is that he was 16 years old, and he went in the studio and he didn't have a demo. He just went in the studio and just made it in front of everybody. So that really was what inspired.
Damn near religious.
That's what I'm saying. At like 16 or 17, he didn't have the demo. They just said, yo, they put the tape, and this is back when they were running the tapes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When he cut the tapes,
so he laid all the drums, then he said, yo, run it back, laid the guitar, run it back, laid the bass, run it back, laid the vocals, etc. So that's really what the blueprint was for all of the studio videos that I was making.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Prince, Nas told us a story on this show. We asked him if anybody ever denied him. And he said Prince denied him because he didn't own his own masters.
Wow.
So Prince was on what you was on. Back then,
sure.
He was telling people, you'll own your own shit. So imagine that. The closest I ever got to Mike is Pharrell sent him a bunch of beats.
Oh, this story's amazing.
And Michael called him and said, no. I want what Nori arrived. He's like, I want what he arrived.
Did he sing well?
But he was like, if you're something to the back. And I always picture Mike listening to me like gangstered out. Like I always get so Pharrell says.
Like in the back video, he's listening to
I can literally hear Pharrell sweating. Like he's like, yo, you won't believe this call. And I'm like, what? He's like, I think I got on the phone with Michael Jackson's people. And they said, if Noriega ain't gonna rhyme on the beat, don't send us the beat.
Wow.
That would have been the illest.
I always picture Mike in the car, like, with a bandana on. Like, So, I'm sorry. I had a flashback.
D'Angelo or Anthony Hamilton?
D'Angelo.
I heard he's coming out with a new project, too.
Man, even if this man never came out with another project, I mean, the Voodoo album was...
Yeah, absolutely. Wu-Tang or NWA?
Wu-Tang.
NWA.
Teddy Riley or Raphael Sadiq?
Teddy Riley.
Raphael Sadiq.
Was it because of proximity of Virginia?
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
Well, I mean...
DC, Virginia.
Well, I mean...
And Teddy.
First of all, just Teddy Riley.
Shaker.
Right, so Blackstreet guy. Yeah. And then, if you talk about Pharrell, Timbo, they came out of there.
Devontae
Smith.
Like a lineage.
I mean... And Devontae and Jodeci, literally, I was studying everything those guys did, so, and they all said Teddy was he was the godfather, basically.
Now, this is what I don't know where you're going to go with this. This could go either way. I could bet on your answer, but I'm going to lose because you've been shocking me all day.
And give us the story if you got one.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones or Dr. Dre? The R&B is pulling you one way, and the hip-hop is pulling you the other.
Dre.
Wow.
Did not know
I
that.
did not expect that.
I thought you were get credit.
No, and the only reason is...
Please.
A new coach.
In the Club beat was the beat that I feel like I modeled my entire career off of just the beat itself, because basically, like, even right now I can go and basically the simplicity of that and the ability, even without the lyrics, for me to just actually be able to beatbox that beat and how simple it was and how it knocked.
Sonically, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So when you think about the biggest record I ever had, I can sing that bing 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 bing. And if you think about that, how sparse that is,
Right.
sonically. I mean, so I mean, and also to be honest, Quincy just seems like worlds apart, even for me musically, in terms of what, as a producer,
Like
he
on
could
another
do.
planet, or just historically, like how are you seeing them worlds apart?
Well, I'm saying, like, if somebody came to me and said, yo, here's a 40-piece big band orchestra and arrange something for Frank Sinatra,
Oh yeah.
Quincy Jones would close his eyes and conduct
no, he was a genius.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't even put my, like, you know, Stevie,
Yeah, it's a
Quincy,
different. It's
Prince,
a difference.
you
Right,
know,
right.